If any of you guys were around in the 1980s, I'm sure that you guys recognize this clip, but for those of you who are not familiar, it might look pretty normal. In this clip, we can see a politician by the name of Bud Dwyer holding a press conference. He hands out a couple envelopes to people seated in the front row, then grabs a larger one and opens it himself. And this is where I cut the clip off, because after this, it gets much more disturbing. Needless to say, this was the last moment of Bud Dwyer's life caught on camera. So for some context, Bud Dwyer was a career politician who first served in the House of Representatives for Pennsylvania, then the Senate, and finally in 1981, he served as the 70th state treasurer. And very early into his career as state treasurer, he realized that there was an issue. A lot of these state employees had been overpaying their federal income taxes, which meant that they were going to have to go back and retroactively fix this error, and as a result, there was a contract up for bid that was worth millions of dollars. And of course, a lot of companies were very eager to jump onto this contract and hopefully land it, because it was going to pay them out millions of dollars. Basically, very easy money. And there was one company out of all the other companies who wanted this contract that really stood out. CTA, or Computer Technology Associates, based out of California. In fact, CTA was so motivated to land this contract that they reached out to Bud Dwyer and apparently offered him a very large bribe that he couldn't say no to, and they did end up landing this contract. There's only one problem with this though. The government is not that easy to fool, and it's very difficult for things to get through the cracks, especially something of this size. So, in 1986, Bud Dwyer was caught and convicted on 11 counts of these financial crimes. Now at this point, Bud Dwyer was looking at having his sentence handed to him in January of 1987, and he was looking at multiple decades behind bars, which, obviously seeing his age, was not going to be a good thing. So with this in mind, still maintaining his innocence and having no intention of actually serving a prison sentence, Bud Dwyer decided to hold a press conference in January of 1987, right before this sentencing date. Dozens of reporters were asked to come in and cover this. There were multiple TV stations broadcasting this live, and it started off somewhat normal at first, with Bud rambling for about 20 minutes. Then, towards the closing remarks, things started going off the rails. He handed these three men 3 envelopes which contained different things: an organ donor card, funeral plans, as well as a letter to one of the governors there. He then promptly pulled out his large envelope. Inside of it was a pew-pew, and he removed himself from the gene pool in an instant. And again, while some TV stations saw where this was heading and paused the live stream, many of them did not pause it, and a ton of people, including children, watched this happen live on TV. All the way up until the end, Bud Dwyer had continued to proclaim his innocence, but in the aftermath, he was still found guilty, so it would appear as though he took that bribe, at least on paper. And again, this video is available online, but I would not recommend looking it up. You guys have the details now, not really worth watching it. As always, let me know what you guys think about this case in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys want to see next. And I do have my Patreon link in the bio as well, free and paid version. I release long form videos there early, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.